During Moore College Mission, we came and worked with an evangelical church in the heart of Christchurch, St John's Latimer Square, and I was invited to come and join that ministry team. It was a growing church. I think there was 130 kids under 13 at the time, 550 regulars on a church over a number of different locations. The two senior guys above me, both in a very short period of time went on long service leave and then resigned. So I went from being the third minister to then being priest in charge. So I started 1st of June, and then 4th of September was the first earthquake. Yes. So Christchurch earthquake. So the next 18 months were interesting times in Christchurch.
Can you remind us about the earthquake? Because we're on the other side of the Tasman, and some of us have forgotten it.
Yeah, so 2010, there was a 7.2 magnitude earthquake in Christchurch. A number of homes were destroyed, but no lives were lost. So we had major aftershocks after that. And then in February the following year, 22, I think it's 185 people were killed as more earthquakes went off. And we're a church right in the heart of the city. And part of my role for a time was chaplain of Latimer Square when the international USAR team, so the urban search and rescue teams, were in there pulling bodies out and helping on some of those sites. And it was a crazy time. There was a historical church there, church building. We didn't have any emotional ties to that building, when many people in the church had. The parents were married there, they were married there, and in God's providence, to be there leading a church and not being emotionally attached was probably a helpful thing. But there was also 12 families with their houses destroyed, a whole bunch of people who saw things they wished they never saw. And as a church, being so limited as a staff team, it was lovely to actually stand up before a church who's grieving, and a large number of churches, and go, this is a big step up for me, but guess what? It's a big step up for you too. Like, as a church, we need to be caring for each other, looking after each other. And it was a time where lay leadership really stepped up. Yeah, it was lovely in hindsight, looking back, how God was at work, kindly caring for his people.
Yeah. One of the things that helped my prayers was seeing a photo of one of the staff of St John's standing on an excavator.
On the digger.
Yeah, Pete Collier on the digger, preaching to people there. It's because everybody must have been in turmoil and lost and wondering why and what does the future hold. Is there another quake coming?
And passages, 1 Peter, an inheritance that can never perish, spoil or fade. And, where our hope is found, all of a sudden, we know they're true, but there's like a deeper gravity.
This is only 6 or 7 years after you'd finished college. If somebody had said, this is what's going to be going on for David Morgan, what would have you said, at the end of 2005?
Yeah, you'd never put your hand up for it. There's lots of things that we learnt through that time that were so invaluable. I am thankful that we've gone through it and have learnt through that process. I think it's any trial or hardship. You don't like it at the time, but it's good for you.
It is the extremities, isn't it, that often God uses. I know that here at the college we speak to our students about it's great that you get Bible and theology, and we must keep doing that and doing it as well as we can. But we do want people to leave here who are humble, courageous, wise, and see the gravity of what God's called us to. And it sounds like that's exactly what you needed. 2 things that helped was trying to care for my wife and my wife to care for me. You try to be kind of the rock for the other person. But what we learnt was that's actually wrong. The Lord is our rock. He's our safe place. There's the rock.
There's the rock. For our kids, we had to apologise to our kids. We taught our kids in the earthquakes, we've gone through the worst. We've had the earthquake, these are just aftershocks. And then a number of months later, there's a bigger one and 185 people are killed. including people that our kids know. And they go, hang on, such and such's mum, they were Christian, they died in the earthquakes. How do we know that you know, mum or dad won't die? Kids ask amazing questions and they put their finger on the button, and to be able to chat to the kids and go, do you know what, we got it wrong. And sorry, but we're stuffed up. This is where our hope is found, not in science. And yeah, that sort of lessons we look back and super thankful for.